Hi, College and Career Success. This is Dr. Linda Remark, and I always like to start off my web courses with an intro video just to help walk through the components of Blackboard. So hopefully at this point you've already taken your Succeeding Online Orientation. If you have not and you're accessing this video through the link that I sent in your email, please make sure you take the Succeeding Online Orientation course because until you complete those modules, you will not have access to our class. So I want to welcome you to our 16-week course and just let you know that I hope this will be a great semester. I know some of you, this might be your first online experience. Others, you might be a little bit more seasoned with your online courses. So no matter where you are, I hope that you find this easy to navigate. And if you have questions, always feel free to reach out to me. So first off, anytime you log into our course, it's always going to land you here at the Start Here section. And so you have just a quick course overview there. Underneath that, you have my welcome, so you get to know a little bit about me and my background. And then below, you'll see a bunch of different resources. So I'm going to kind of work my way down back up. So you'll see that here's the Collaborate, where we could do some online office hours if need be. And there's a lot of different resources here, like Blackboard resources, Stark State resources, so anything like that that might be of assistance to you. Handshake is an account, a resource that allow you to prepare for your job search. It's not a requirement, although it's encouraged for you to sign up, and we'll talk about that as we get into like the career services portion in the coming weeks. Here's where I'm going to suggest you start is clicking on the syllabi and assignments. Now you'll see some of this is grayed out on my screen. Anything grayed out, you won't see it all. That's just kind of for my reference. But you'll have the master syllabus, which is really just an overview of the course, how many credits, the course objectives, and so on. The spring syllabus, I apologize, I'm working from home, so you may have just heard my children scream in the background. So just, I guess, get used to that. I'm not sure. Like many of you, I'm home a lot more often now, which means my children, depending on what time I record, will be in the background. All right, so here is our spring syllabus. I'm going to open that up. Here you'll see, okay, this is spring 2021. This is College and Career Success. We are completely online. Here is my information. Again, Dr. Linda Remark. I am on campus Mondays and Wednesdays, so I teach face-to-face 2 days a week, so I do have office hours on campus 2 days a week. The rest of the time I am virtual office hours, and we can do that via Zoom or Collaborate if you wanted to have like an appointment. Now, I am online way more frequently than this. I'm often on very first thing in the morning, like around 6 a.m. till 7 a.m. And then again in the evenings after my children go to bed, and then sporadically throughout the day. But these are the times that you can definitely get a hold of me. Here's my phone extension. If you leave me a voicemail, it sends me an email to let me know so I can check if I'm not on campus. And then there's my email address. Our text, even though we are online, there is a textbook for this course. So hopefully you have already either ordered your textbook online. There was an online option for the textbook, which is fairly new. So if you want to look into the option when you either call or visit the textbook store on campus, the bookstore on campus, please ask them about it. We are not SSC 101. This is IDS 115. Sometimes that gets confused in the bookstore depending on if they have a student worker or whatnot. So please make sure they know that you are IDS 115. There is a textbook for this class, and so they can direct you to either the hard copy or how to access that online. So you are going to be assessed different ways. There are 7 chapters in our textbook and an intro. So there's basically 8 assignments to accompany like the intro week and then the 7 chapters. So you'll have those every week. You will be able to complete those inside the week folders, which I will go through here shortly. Everything will be submitted electronically, obviously, because we are online. Easiest way to do that is just keep everything in Blackboard. If you have a problem, I can also take an email attachment. I just prefer Blackboard because we're all online, just keep it all in one place, but I'll be flexible based on your needs. You will also have the introduction and then your 7 chapters discussion prompts, so 8 discussion posts throughout the semester. So not every single week will have a discussion prompt. So just kind of be aware of that. When you do have one, they are going to be due on Wednesdays. You'll see, however, I made a note because week 1 is really awkward and starts on a Tuesday. Week 1 and week 1 only, your discussion post is due on a Thursday. But a typical week, if you have a discussion post, it is due Wednesday by 11:55 p.m. and that counts as the week's attendance credit. And then you have to respond to 2 classmates by Sundays. And this is all outlined here in number 3. On a week where there is no discussion board, no discussion post, you have to submit your assignments by Sunday. And let's say there are 2 assignments. Completing both and submitting both assignments will give you 100% attendance. If you only submit one, you'll only get partial attendance. Now, when I say discussion post, I want to point out 250 words. So maybe you can type in Word your original post and then copy and paste. You can keep track of your word count, but 250 words, and that's because if we were in a regular face-to-face class, that's how long your journal would have to be. These are essentially journal entries just in a form of a discussion post. If you are kind of just hovering around it, I'm not going to take points off, but if you're significantly under that 250 word original response, you will not get your full points for that. So please make sure you read that section on your discussion post. Every few weeks, you will also be introduced to a college resource. Often, students just aren't aware of all these resources we have on campus, and I know because of COVID, it's a little different, but your resources will be available to you online. Our campus has done a great job of transitioning and making things available online. So every few weeks, you'll be introduced to a college resource, whether it's through a video or links, and then you'll have a 1-paragraph reflection, not a summary. Excuse me, not a summary, something that you learned that is helpful to you, how you could utilize that resource. And that is what you'll submit for those college resource reflections. You will have a quiz for every chapter, so 7 chapters total. And there are 7 to 10 questions, and they're usually short answers. So 2 to 5 sentences is how you will respond to those. And I will show you that when we get to our first quiz. You will also have a final project in this class. It's going to be uploaded in week 8, so you'll have half the semester to work on it. And it's going to be a PowerPoint presentation. That way you're submitting a PowerPoint to me. In a face-to-face class, you would have presented it, but we're not face-to-face, so you will just be completely, I will be your audience for that. You will have a career services assignment, so that is 30 points that you'll see here later. So those are like an overview of the assignments. Typical grading scale. Here are some general class policies. Again, attendance posts are due on Wednesdays. All other assignments, including responding to 2 classmates, are due on Sundays. There might be some extra credit. Just check your email, check your messages. You cannot make up an attendance post. Just like if you missed a class day, you can't make up being there, but you can still submit that work, and you can even post late for partial attendance. On a case-by-case basis, I may allow you to make up any work. What I tend to do is toward the end of the semester, I reopen earlier weeks for anyone to make up work they may have missed early on in the semester, so be on the lookout for those. You do need a textbook for this class, so please make sure you get in touch with the college store, whether through email, phone call, or in person, to get your text materials. You are going to be submitting your material online, so either Blackboard or as a second resort via email attachment. Here's a little bit more about those college resource reflection. There's going to be some information below as well, but again, it's like a paragraph reflection on how you could use the resource. And there are chapter quizzes, one for each chapter, and a final project. So that's, again, a little bit more information. Here's some more requirements and info in general. We are a 16-week class, so you have until April 19th to withdraw from the class. All right, next is the course calendar. So I've done my best to really try to lay it out for you. I give you, what is due every week, how many points it's worth, so you know what you're working on. And then allowing you to kind of see, okay, what's the breakdown of each week? When are the assignments due? When are the attendance posts due? So you'll see your very first attendance post is due this week. So week 1, you do have an attendance post, and you don't have another one until week 4, actually. So kind of keep that in mind. But there's the breakdown of all the assignments that we'll be doing all semester long. Here's another breakdown of the point values, so you know how many points you're earning for each particular assignment. And here is, again, a little bit more about your college resource reflection. It's not a summary. It's what you gained from the resource. So how could you use the resource? What questions do you still have? How does it relate to you as a college student? So I will talk about that more as we get to our very first college resource reflection. And then I actually have your final project directions embedded in your syllabus. We're not going to really talk about it until week 8, but you can already start to get a feel for this. And if you are an honors student, if you are taking this for honors credit, you will have a more in-depth final project. So keep that in mind. If you are an honors student, we will have to touch base because you will have a more in-depth final project to work on other than what's listed in the syllabus, and I will make sure I get that to you. So that is your syllabus. I really encourage you to spend some time looking around with that. All right, some other things I want you to be aware of under the lessons tab. Right now, you're not going to see anything if you're viewing this before the semester starts, but when the semester starts, January 19th through 24th, you will see week 1. Every single week will be set up in a very similar fashion. You'll see it goes all the way to there. You'll click into each week, and I will go into depth with week 1 in the week 1 video. But you'll see the overview, you'll have the materials and assignments, so just make sure that you pay attention and read through all of that. Some other features, the course messages. If you need to send me a message, you go into course messages, create message, click to. You'll see everyone in the course because you can actually send messages to classmates. Click on my name, click over, there I am. Put your subject, put your body, hit submit. I can also respond that way. Here's the announcements. So you'll see I taught this class in the fall. You will not be able to see that actually, but you see it now on my screen. But anytime there's an announcement, and I tend to plug in anywhere from 3 to 4 announcements a week, it'll say, hey, here's what's going on this week, or it'll send reminders. Anything I put as an announcement, I will also put as a course message and email. So you are getting information multiple different ways. Course calendar. I'm recording this in December. So I'm going to click in January, and you'll see that I have uploaded already your assignments. You'll have it on the calendar, so you'll know when things are due. And then my grades. I really do encourage you to get in here and keep track of your grades. I have a lot of online classes, a lot of online students, and so just be patient if something's not graded right away. I do try to grade. I do like 2 or 3 grading sessions a day, so I try to grade as quickly as I can, but sometimes it might take me, an extra day. So just go back and make sure that you're checking things, make sure that a grade has been recorded. All right, over here also you have a lot of other resources, so I encourage you to utilize them as needed, but that is your overview. And in week 1 video, I will show you a little bit about the discussion post because you have a discussion post due. So I will show you how to post in your discussion board. And then as we get to assignments that require a Dropbox, I will also walk you through that Dropbox process. But all of that was also covered in your Succeeding Online Orientation. So hopefully you still remember that. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I will talk to you all again in week 1. Bye.